Crush.
Okay, we are live. Welcome to Crush Wednesday. Super excited for today's episode. I've got Wonder Woman on the other side of my screen here, also known as Sally Strength. Welcome to Crush Wednesday, Sally.
Hello, Richard. Lovely
How are
to see you this morning. Fabulous.
I'm amazing. Thank you so much. And you may be wondering why Sally has a Superman hero, and is that a Wonder Woman hero, Sally?
It is homemade Wonder Woman, Superman.
Homemade Wonder Woman and Superman. And my topic today, if you're just joining us, is all about how to create a movement in your fitness industry. That is right, how to create a movement in your fitness industry. It is Crush Wednesday. We're doing it a bit later today because our special guest today wanted to go later because she wants to create a movement. And so he said, you know what, let's do it. Let's change up the game a little bit and let's go 11 o'clock today. And we are coming to you live from Crush Wednesday. We do this every Wednesday at 9:29. Now today, I want to talk about a topic that I believe is really important, how to create a movement. And this is Sally, who's been in our Ninja program. How long have you been with us for, Sally?
I don't know. I can't remember a life before com. Let's put it that way.
I can't remember a life before com, and I can't remember com without Sally. So basically, I wanted to take you through Sally's journey and how to create a movement, because Sally's done this very well. So I want to share with you how Sally's done that. Now, if you are joining us live, all you need to do is wave and say hello. I do apologize, we are a little bit late today. Just wave and say hello, so we know that you're joining us, most importantly. And if you want to invite anybody on, so just say hello when you're joining us, and I'll shout out to you. I've got my phone here, and I'm going to talk to Sally. So Sally,
Yes.
Let's get started straight away because the anticipation has been building. We're a couple minutes late for this call,
Yes.
and I want to talk about how to create a movement. But let's kind of talk about, let's just talk about these figures here first.
Yeah.
What is Superman? What is Wonder Woman all about first? Tell me about this.
Oh, mate. Wonder Woman is like the epitome of confidence and strength and independence and being able to walk into a room and know that you can rock the room, not only just going out, but also in work. You know, if you've got a big meeting, a big office meeting, it's hard, it's stressful. Wonder Woman's about knowing your stuff, walking in there with confidence and executing things efficiently. That's what she's about. And, you know, Superman does the same thing.
I love it. And do you use these characters like, for those who, I'm going to ask Sally about some of her tactics to actually get her clients moving, but do you use these tactics? I know you use a lot of other tactics, but you use these within your sessions. And I know that you also have a Wonder Woman and Superman award every week. Is that correct? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I have it. I wanted to pay homage to these strong figures and to my clients through a physical award. It's okay saying to people, well done, but when they've got something like this, and I actually took some time to think about how I was going to create this. I made it. We got some hair. She's got a cape. A lot of effort goes into making one of these amazing, iconic, statues. And that's your health and fitness journey. That's what happens. It takes time. You think about training, then you have a look at what kind of trainer you want or the gym, and then you invest emotionally in that because you want to be the best version of yourself. And it takes time. It's not just a 2-week transition. It takes a long time. It's a lifestyle. And this is
it's just like your business. It does take time. And so you're giving these figures. Do you give them every week to your clients? Every month?
Every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks. So is it the best and fairest client? Is that how it works? Or the one that put the Superman hero in? What happens here?
Basically, the clients have to hit the values of the Me movement, which is movement, mindset, it's nourishment, it's community, it's, it's health, and it's growth. They have to touch on all those values to be able to take Wonder Woman home. And so all those values, it's not just about training. It's not like, come in, I'm going to train you for 2 weeks, then you leave. It's about a lifestyle. It's incorporating this into your everyday life.
I love it. Guys, if you're just joining us, we're talking to Sally Strength from the Me Movement. Hello, Naomi. Hello, Renee. Good to have you here. Kate, Claire, Michael, make sure you say hello, please, because again, just like the Me movement, we want to make sure that you're engaged in this community as well. So today's topic is all about how to create a movement. And Sally's kindly talked about the Superman and the Wonder Woman focus. But Sally, can we just go back a little bit and talk about your journey? Because, you know, the thing that I love about you and your success has come from your individuality and your uniqueness in the marketplace, which we love about marketing. So can you just go back a little bit before the days of comm and before the days of you being a ninja, and tell me, hey, Phil, good to have you here, and tell me what it was like as a personal trainer. You've only been a personal trainer the last, I think, 5 years, correct me if I'm wrong, but before that you were doing something else and you were in the CBD, you got dressed in a suit every day. Tell me about that world first of all, and then let's move into your journey.
Well, I need to put Wonder Woman and Superman away when I talk about that, because they might get a little bit upset. Okay. Because I'm going to be real now. So I went to uni a long time ago. I did my degree in sports science, and the number one thing that I never wanted to be, because I worked at reception, was a personal trainer. I never wanted to be that. I saw how they worked. Never. So I thought the best thing to do was get your degree, go into corporate life, climb that ladder, and I did. I worked for a big insurer, and then I worked for a government agency, which was Rail Corp, which is now Transport for New South Wales. Did workers' comp and injury management, as well as drug and alcohol for rail safety workers. So I was dealing with a lot of policy and procedures, and I was medically terminating people.
Wow.
I know. I'm wowing as I talk about it now, because if people see me, I don't think they can take me seriously, especially when I medically terminate people. So that was hard, but you know, that's what you did, right?
Sure, of course.
Yes, so that was where I started. Fast forward, Transport for New South Wales went through a massive restructure, as things do. I could have applied for another job, but I said I wanted to try something different because I knew there was something else out there. So
you left that world, did you? How hard was it to leave the world? I mean, this is corporate world. This is, this is the safe. Is it fair to say safe world? I don't know, but. And then you decide to open up your own business. How was that whole mental shift and mindset for you?
It was very daunting. Every day someone told me I was crazy or stupid. Every day my mother was worried about me. I used to go for walks, and, people think I'm very strong, but I used to cry because I didn't know what I was doing.
Wow.
It was very hard because, I had nothing underneath me. I had to start from the bottom.
And why did you then decide to say, okay, I'm going to quit this job and then start my personal training career? Was it something unfulfilled? Was somebody calling you to go that world? Was Wonder Woman calling you? What happened?
Maybe. I was always good at health and fitness, and I knew something was calling me. I didn't know what. I lost people that were close to me. They passed away from lifestyle diseases, and I thought maybe this is something I could stop people from doing. So someone who I help. I've got a lot of clients that are over the age of 40, have never trained before. So if I can give them that strength and power, then maybe they can stay a little bit longer with their children or their daughters or their sons. So that's mine.
Guys, if you are tuning in, I want you to just comment yes if you have had a similar transformation story where you had to change worlds, where you had to go from it might have been a full-time job to this world, or it might have been a really life-changing situation. Just comment yes in the comments so I can understand who's actually understanding this story. It'd be good to know. Just comment yes if that's you. Okay, so you now moved into this space of health and fitness. You did your degrees and your PT course. Is that correct?
Yeah, I did them a long time ago, and so I just went back and just refreshed everything. On everything. Yeah. And
Ashley says yes. Michael says yes. So Sally, what was the first step? Did you go into a big box gym? Did you go and do, what I did back in the day? I bought some equipment, I put in the back of my car, and I put some flyers out and I tried to get business. How did you start your very first day on the job, if I can call it that?
I did a bit of group training whilst I was kind of still working. And then I did the transition into a small facility. And then from a small facility, I went straight into the big box gyms.
When you say a small facility, was that a franchise? Was that your own facility?
No, it was just a small little gym. Just
Yep.
a small little gym. Yeah. With
Okay.
one owner.
Okay, and then you were the trainer there doing some stuff. Cool. So talk to me about when we kind of when you kind of came to our you must have come to our half-day event called the New Age of Online Marketing. Tell me where you were in that position at that time, because I remember you on the very front row. I remember you I think you were in the front, Sally. You could have been in the back. We were one of the two. You're either a backstreet rebel or the front, but I'm pretty sure you're at the front. And I remember you in your like really crazy tights. They probably would have been like stars and all different colors. And I said, she's interesting. That's going to be someone fun to work with. And at that point in time, I remember that you were doing a lot of one-on-one personal training sessions. Describe that world for me at that point.
Well, at that point in time, I was exhausted. I had gone through a few marketing gurus, and they were very disciplined, So I had no faith in the world of online marketing whatsoever. I had no faith in people who were trainers and then they wanted to be mentors. I had no faith in that.
Yep.
I don't know why. I just came. I thought, I'll just have a look. I was doing more one-on-ones at that time, or one-on-ones actually.
How many one-on-ones were you doing at that time?
Maybe 30, 40.
30 one-on-ones?
Yeah.
So you basically now have taken a full-time career over here and you transition it, trading your time for money. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. What were you going through in this stage? Were you having cancellations? Were the clients good? How was that world? Because moving into this 30-hour week world, I know a lot of people on this call, and guys, if this is you, you're in a world of like, if I'm sick, how do I go on holidays? What do I do? Was that you, Sally, or were you happy in that world?
Yeah, look, there were some people that wouldn't take your job seriously. Okay. A lot of clients think, oh yeah, she's just a trainer, she works there, she'll be fine. Some people used to cancel, some people never showed up, and that was disheartening because that was your time, that was your effort. People just didn't, I don't know, they just didn't see how they didn't probably didn't understand your value. That's what it was. Didn't understand your value.
Guys, if you're getting this same problem, right, yes, put value in the comments if you feel that sometimes clients undervalue you. I'd love to know. So that time you're being undervalued, a few clients were canceling, and tell me about then. Now you moved into the Ninja program. You decided to take the leap of faith.
Yeah.
What was the fundamental change that happened in your world? Because this is where I think a lot of people are going to find interesting right now. You went from a model of one-on-one to one-on-mini. Can you tell me the transfer period and how that was? Because you went from one-on-ones, and I think we suggested to go into group training. Tell me about that process and how that went for you.
The big thing was structure, number one, and knowing what I could offer for clients, and adding a bit of individuality, as you say, and making it different compared to every other boring one-on-one. I still do one-on-ones, but adding a different excitement and flair, because the big thing about trainers is retention, and that's what we want. We want lifetime members. Lifetime members, because it's a lifestyle. You want to be healthy all the time, right? You want to travel, right? So this is going to be part of your cup of coffee in the morning.
And so you tell me about the groups then, because you did something different. You called your group some really cool names, and then you merged all your one-on-ones and into a group situation, and you started to train a lot less. Can you tell me the hours that you're working and then where you got to? And I don't know if you want to share your numbers with your clients or something like that, just so we can have a context of where you were and where you are now. That'd be great.
Okay, so I'd start at 5 in the morning and then have my first break at maybe 1. And then I'd have a couple of sessions in the middle of the day, and then an afternoon, maybe finish at 7, maybe.
Yep.
That was constant. It's just
the general personal training lifestyle.
Yeah, and not a lot of days off work, not a lot of room for flexibility, and yeah, it's like, how long can you keep that up? Yeah.
So then, tell me about the new transition of the Sally Strength program. What did it consist of? How many hours you worked for?
So my brand was Sally Strength at the time. I just picked the name because I just picked it. I don't know, Some people liked it, some people didn't. I just wanted something strong and it had my name in it. Went from a more one-on-one model to semi-private group training and made it fun. Had a system involved where the first day was more conditioning, strength, and created more of a community with that.
And then how many hours in the group were you working at that point? Like you went from 30, how many hours then did you work in the group situation? How many groups did you run?
Probably half that time.
Half that?
Yeah.
And what about your revenue? Did you drop half the money or did you go up?
I went up.
Did you went up doubled, or what was the number that you went up?
Probably around double. Because another thing was I began to charge my worth. So there was no confidence doing one-on-one, spending more time doing it, and then with more education and confidence and system, because people want system. They want to know what they're going to get out of it all.
Guys, I just want to interrupt Sally for a second. So basically, you went from 30 hours, and this is where Sally, sometimes as anybody shares their own story, it's fascinating what we can do as trainers, and when we actually put our mind to it and a bit of education. You went from 30 hours, you cut it down to 15 hours, you started a group training model, but you didn't take your hourly, like you didn't take the revenue down, you added basically 50% on top of the line of revenue, but you work 50% less. Is that correct?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. And I think that's outstanding. Guys, if you're watching, just give like awesome, if that makes sense to you, in the comments, because this is exactly the lifestyle. And Sally, I've had the pleasure of training with you for a while in your dream team sessions and other sessions, the male only sessions as well. And the thing that I love about it is that you bring fun into the sessions. Tell me about the sessions if you can. How many people are now coming to the groups? And you're very particular, Sally. Like you only work on like Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you've taken Wednesdays off. I don't see you on the weekends working. Like you were like very tight with your time, but your revenue's gone up, your consistency's flowed. And, when we looked at your numbers, it was like, well, when you compare it to the old life, you're working somewhat like 15 hours a week, and you're making the comparison of working literally a full-time crazy hour corporate lifestyle. I mean, how does that feel?
It doesn't feel real sometimes. It feels like I'm not working hard enough. I don't know.
Wow, you're not working hard enough.
No.
And so do you struggle with that concept of like, I need to work more? Is that a consistent battle or not?
Yes, because I'm used to such regimented 9 to 5. And then if I'm not doing more, I feel like I'm not doing enough. And then the penny's going to drop one day and someone's going to realize that this is not real. It's going to be like that.
Someone's going to realize you're not working hard enough.
Yes, they're like, oh my God, this is a joke. Or, I'm a singer who's got backing track. Can't sing, but I can sing.
Outstanding. I love this story. Guys. Guys, if you're joining me now on Crush Wednesday, we're talking to Sally Strength, also known as Wonder Woman, also known as founder of Me Movement, which we're going to get into a second. But we've taken a journey from working corporate, going to 30 hours one-on-one, then saying, that's enough. Let's move into the group training, only working Tuesday, Thursdays, mornings or afternoons, whatever it is, a couple sessions, moving into these amazing programs that you call the Dream Team. And what are the other names as well? What are the guy programs called, Sally?
The Next Level. I had the Next Level going for a while. Yeah.
The Next Level, the Dream Team.
Yes.
You're not calling them the bronze, silver, and gold packs.
No.
Tell me about the Dream Team, because you live in your dream lifestyle now. You're on the Tuesday, Thursday bandwagon. You're doing 2 mornings, 2 afternoons. You've dropped your hours down by 50%. You've increased your revenue 50%. So my question is, what the hell are you doing in your extra time? Are you on the beach or just drinking coffees? And to tell me about this Dream Team. I'm wanting to know more about the Dream Team.
Okay, so I'm not on the beach, and people think that, like, as a trainer, you train so much. I haven't been training consistently in a while because, I make time to train because it makes me feel good, but I always make sure that I've got my brain dump that I need to address, because as I said before, if I'm not on top of the ball, something's going to drop and someone's going to take it all away. And I can't let that happen.
And what happens in the dream team, Sally? Like, why the dream team for? What does it represent? How many people come to your sessions?
Maximum of 8 people in each session. I've got like 4 or 5 time slots, mornings, lunch, and afternoons. And dream team is basically the name that I came up with because it's a team of ultimate people who different types of background that come together for this amazing explosion of strength, like just like these guys. So they're the dream team. Yeah. So everybody who kind of gets along, who understands everything, and just like transfers that energy from training to everyday life, to your work, to everything.
And how do your clients feel when they walk out the door? I mean, are these clients staying for a long time, a short time?
Yeah.
Is that?
It's a family. It's about staying together for a long time. That's what we're all about.
Amazing. Just guys, if you're recapping, Sally's, I think you've basically done 3 rounds of our Ninja program. You've also been in our Scale program as well, which we're relaunching very shortly next week, this week. Tell me about, I want to get into your me movement shortly, guys. So it's very exciting what I'm about to ask Sally soon about the me movement, because this is the next progression of all that time thinking, not being on the beach, drinking coffees in her breaks. She's come up with an amazing concept, and I'm just stirring her up a little bit because, you know, at Com, we love ninjas who actually implement. We love ninjas who are consistent, and we love ninjas who really, you know, you have your ups and you have your downs, but at the end of the day, you understand business is not a short-term, it's a long-term game. And Sally does play the long-term game. Sally, can we just talk a little bit about some fears and factors that you had maybe entering in the Ninja program? And I know you shared a few of them, but tell me about the Ninja program specifically, if we can just talk about that. And then I want to go into the movement. Where were you kind of like, you know, where was the breakthrough for you personally, you know, coming once a month into our live program in our office, doing the breakouts, doing the accountabilities? Where was the breaking point or the wow moment for you? Where did it come in your journey of our program?
Probably halfway, maybe towards the end, when I realized it was all coming together, and then I had a kind of system going on, and then I'd write a sales script, and I've been very organized, and I did an org chart, and my corporate experience was just showing in this new business, and I was not just another trainer. I wasn't just a trainer. That just is gone. You know, one of the most trusted professions behind an ambulance officer is a personal trainer, because it's personal. They tell you everything. So not the just is gone. So halfway.
And was it the consistency of keep hearing it? Was it just you realized at that time? Was it when you looked at your accounts and go, wow, I'm doing this? Because I remember we had a session once and we calculated your numbers, and you said, wow, I didn't realize how much, like you had no idea what you were making and how it related to what you wanted to do, and you were only working, you know, I think it was the 15 hours at the time. Yeah. Was that an aha moment to me? Like,
yeah, that was great, because it was almost like I was up to that level of my corporate career, you know, in terms of the salary, probably a little bit more with the less amount of hours. Yeah.
With the extreme less amount of hours. And if you know Sally, if you've ever met Sally, one of your tactics in the early days, I remember this, and I think you still use it now, but it was called correct me if I'm wrong, something to do with coffee and something to do with conversions. Can you tell me about the coffee conversion strategy that you had?
Just have a conversation with someone and meet them for a coffee. It's like casual, because I love coffee, and, you know, people sometimes like to buy me a free coffee, and I'm like, okay, just have a chat. And then everything seems to flow with something warm. That's it.
Why do you think it flows with the coffee? Because you've made a lot of deals and a lot of clients over coffee, and you haven't automated your business too much. You haven't gone fully into funnels and email sequences. You've got into coffee.
Yeah, because I think when people meet up for coffee or tea, it's like on the weekend, they've chilled, they're usually with their friends or family, and it's not a big deal. You're not on a casting couch being interviewed. It's just like, hey, we're just having a coffee. You like coffee? Yeah, absolutely. So it's not sales pitch. It's just natural. It's just like, hey, do you want this? What do you want? What do you really want?
I love it. Guys, if you are tuning in, type in coffee if you feel that what Sally's saying makes sense. We spent a long time on this. In the Ninja program, some people go like fully automated, some people go one-on-one. And I always believe that if you're trying to get literally clients in for a service-based business, and if you can't have a conversation, because we know we've had, Steve Jensen, our partner at Impact Training, shout out to Steve, he was on this live before. 80% of the sale is done in the pre-sale. And we also know that the best form of conversion before you asking for somebody's Visa or MasterCard is a conversation. That is factual. So you're basically, what you've done, Sally, is you're saying, hey, come for a coffee conversation. Let's talk about your training. Let's talk about what you need to do. And then all of a sudden, they're coming in to try your session out. It seems so simple, Sally, and you've simplified such a hard process. Is that pretty much the major process how you get a lot of your clients?
A lot of it is coming and just chatting with them about that. And, when you buy someone a coffee, it's like, it's not about money. It's about actually caring about them. Like, because people are so scared to actually, buy somebody coffee or buy someone something so small. Because then they realize, she's not always about the money. It's not about the money.
Love it. Guys, I'm going to move on to me movement, but if you come across Sally, like Sally's popped in our office multiple times. As a long-term ninja, we love having Sally pop in, and she randomly brings us gifts. We're talking about from your herb garden, you'd bring herbs in, you'd bring tomatoes in, you would bring like soups in, you would bring a kombucha in, and this is what I think really stands you apart from the crowd, because you're using and you're marketing and you're connecting with your uniqueness. And I think this is a point, guys, just to pause on before I move to the next point. Sometimes you got to go back to the basics of A, B's, and C's, which is caring, which is being kind, and really moving forward on that direction. What's been the craziest gift you ever give, Sally?
Craziest gift?
Well, hang on. You're giving Wonder Woman awards out, Sally.
Oh, yeah. Not a crazy gift, but what I do sometimes is I have these happy pills. But they're not actual pills. They've got a little...
Oh, that's right. Let's talk about the happy pills.
Yes. So I've got these little pills, okay? And I'll randomly give it to clients because sometimes life is tough and it's hard to keep that momentum going, especially with fitness. Especially when it's raining, it's cold in Sydney. It's got a little note on it. And I've sent one to one of my clients' mum in, where is she, Birth. I sent one. Mm-hmm.
And is it a real pill? What is it?
It's a pill like this small. It's encased. You open it and it has a little note in it.
Wow. Unbelievable. And this is what we call the small acts of kindness that can actually change an entire personality out to be a strong believer. And Ev on the comments here, I know she's one of your clients as well. Ev from Com, she's actually Sally's clients too. Sally's been known to bring ice cream to our office for our birthdays. Yes, that is in fact true. Protein ice cream, I must say.
Oh yeah, I did. I forgot about that.
One night I was there late and I did see some ice cream in the fridge and it had protein on, so I think that I may have ate that as well. Sorry, Ev. And Sally gives us a seed at the beginning of the year to watch it grow through the year, and that's a really cool one. Talk about that one, Sally. Like you give a seed.
Okay. So I love my garden. Richard said it was a herb garden. It's not a herb garden. It is a garden, full-fledged garden with herbs, but it's got like broccoli, it's got spinach, it's got a lemon tree, it's got everything. Okay. So beginning of the year, I did a bit of a harvest and I thought, you know what, I'm going to give a seed to everybody. I put it in the happy pill, by the way, and I gave it to everybody and I said, you need to nourish this seed just like you'll nourish yourself. It takes time. Sometimes it's not going to grow as quickly and as strong as you think, but give it sunlight, give it love, talk to it, and it will definitely grow. Let me know what is inside and what plant comes out.
Amazing. And this is such a great gift to give, such a simple gift, but great gift to give. Guys, if you're just tuning in now, a few of you tuning in, Duncan, welcome to the call. We're talking to Sally Strength. Sally Strength is one of our clients who's a ninja, has been through our ninja program, I think 3 times, our scale program as well. And she's basically gone from 30 hours dropped her hours down to 15, increased her revenue up 50%, up double, sorry. And then basically she's got more time to create a bigger impact. Yeah. And if you're loving this story so far, please comment below and say ninja for Sally, because Sally is really taken her marketing ninja and she's really utilized that correctly. So comment ninja if you're loving this story so far. I want to direct a little bit out of this conversation. You're on a very new tangent now, being an ninja program for 3 rounds, the scale program. We're starting to ask bigger questions. And the bigger question is, what do you really want to do to the next level? So now that you know your marketing ABCs, now you've taken your clients down 50%, taken your revenue up, what's the next stage? And we were doing a strategy session coming into the scale program, and we basically talked about what's next for you. And what we came up with and what you came up with was a whole new movement. Tell me about this movement. It's called the Me Movement for everybody out there. Tell me about the Me Movement is and how that's fundamentally going to change your direction of what you do.
Basically, the Me Movement is, I went from Sally Strength to the Me Movement because I want to impact more people. And the movement is not just training, it's about all those 5 values that I mentioned before: movement, mindset, health, nutrition, community, and incorporating it into your everyday life. It's 5 values over 5 days and 5 actions that you need to do. It's not, 45 to an hour to 2 hours of training every day, because I understand that, life is about other things. And movement is for everybody. And
this program, it's national wide. Is it one-on-one? How does it work?
It's not national. It's national. Yeah, it isn't. I'm just going through Sydney and Australia at the moment, but yeah, it could go national, and it targets everybody either at home or at work. But we really want to push the corporate side with this one, because it's a big area that needs to be addressed, especially in the wellness scope.
And you've done partnerships now with Sumo Salad.
Yeah, and Thrive.
Grilled burgers, Thrive.
Grilled. I've got into bed with grilled finally.
Yep, and so you basically now, as part of the Me Movement, you're saying it's okay to eat grilled. Put me as a partner, because now you're encompassing the whole concept here. Tell me about these partnerships very quickly, and who should now enter, like who are you aiming for in the Me Movement, just to wrap this up?
Number 1, you can eat burgers. It's cool. Everything's within balance. Okay. Number 2, Sumo Salad has been great. I've been writing a lot of blogs for them because I'm a big believer in plant-based foods. Okay, and I love that kind of stuff, and it's easy. Thrive as well have joined with Sumo Salad, and so we make a powerhouse combination. All we need now is Messina ice cream, and my dreams have come true.
So unlimited Messina ice cream and the Sally's dream comes true in the Me Movement. Yes, you're hearing this from Sally Strength, also known as Wonder Woman, and the founder of Me Movement. Me Movement. Can you just explain the 3 condiments of Me Movement again? What are the powerhouse brands behind Movement? It's mindset. Is that correct? What are the other 2?
So movement, number 1. It's all about the move. You've got to move. Yep. Mindset, you got to get your headspace in the game. Okay. Nourish, you got to nourish your body through food, through all different types of things. Community, and because human beings, we can't live alone. We need to have some kind of community to help us do everyday to-day things, whether it's your friends, your family, your co-workers. You what's that saying? You need a tribe to raise a child.
Yep.
Like you need for us to be raised, we need other people to guide us and get better. And growth. How are you going to grow as a person? Are you going to educate yourself? Are you going to apply for a new job? Are you going to train better? So we're going to hit all those 5 values. 5 values over 5 days, and they're just 5 actions. They could be small little actions. Doesn't have to be massive, database of actions. It could be just something small, like buying someone a coffee.
It takes a village to raise a child. I love it. And that's what you're looking for. Guys, if you've got any questions, please comment below. I know Sally's got to get out of here shortly to recreate a movement. But Sally, you've been such an inspiration to our ninja program, and the encompass of being a ninja. You consistently learning and consistently pushing, even though you're having sometimes bad days in business, bad weeks. And we even talked about the challenges that you've gone through, by the way.
Oh my God.
That's a whole other conversation, guys.
Close,
We'll just
gyms just close. Oh my God. You know, yep.
Gym's closed too. You're moving to an entire new gym, not once, but twice.
Oh,
and, you know, that's just some of the battles that we all go through in business, guys. I want you to comment, you know, battles in the comments here. If you've ever been through a challenge in your business, come on. But what I love about this story, it's not about focusing on the challenges. It's about taking the next step, because we could talk all day long about the challenges, the struggles, and we can go into that topic. But what we're talking about today is that, you know, just go follow Sally. Sally, where can they find you? Shout out to your website address or social handles.
It's at me.movement. That's the Instagram.
Me.movement.
Yep.
Me.movement. Great, check it out, and have a conversation with Sally. Maybe Sally, they could buy you a coffee.
Yeah. Campos, please.
Campos only, by the way. Campos only. Otherwise, don't even try there. And if you want to connect with Sally, go to connect her on the socials. Kate says battles, and guys, just to wrap this conversation up, I look for Sally for inspiration in a lot of things that we do, and the most important Sally does. The Me Movement is going to be a very big, very big movement. Already got some of the largest brands in Australia aboard, the most well-known brands in Australia aboard the Me Movement, and now it's just taking not just the groups that you're doing, but go into a larger community with everything you've done online, all the hundreds of hours of videos you've done online now for the Me Movement. Moving to an online program, an online space. But most importantly, guys, I want to recap here. You're only able to get to the Me Movement because you did the work, Sally. You did the push-ups. If you were still doing personal training 30, 40 hours a week, I don't think that you'd be able to get to the real, true potential. Is that fair to say?
I'd be exhausted and I wouldn't have time to be creative. This is the part that I love, the being creative part.
Guys, awesome. Thank you, Sally, for your time on this.
No worries.
Interview. I'm going to have more from Sally coming up. And if you are a ninja, Sally's in the ninja program. She's in the scale program, which is actually launching very soon. Shout out to that. I'm going to bring an announcement to that if you are a ninja in our ninja group.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks to Superman, thanks to Wonder Woman here as well. If you missed the start of this episode, tune back, because we talked why Wonder Woman and why Superman are on this call as well. Sally, any final words? And my question to you is, if anybody's in the situation that you were in a couple of years ago when you're in our room on the new age of online marketing, what would your advice be to a trainer that's doing the hours and not getting where they want to get to? What would your advice be to someone in that world?
Speak to Com, get some information from them. Just speak to someone. You can speak to me, but it's you just got to search for that right system that's going to work for you. If you really love what you do, you know, like, who knows, I might not be a trainer forever. I'm constantly evolving, and that's okay to evolve as long as your message is there, your underlying foundation. Evolving is very important. And you know, it's hard in the fitness industry because nobody supports you. Unfortunately, there's a lot of trainers out there, and a lot of gyms that just kind of churn you in and out and don't really see the value that you're providing to their clients. So it's important to support each other and know that, you know, sometimes some people train with you because they like you, like your style, and some people don't because they're not your right fit, and that's okay. And you know what? There's a trainer out there for them, and just like Com was out there for me, I found them, they were great. There's something out there definitely for you, and sometimes it's tough, but speak to someone about it.
Thanks, Sally. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. I'm so sorry we're a bit late, but you know what? I'm super excited that I can get Sally, Superman, and Wonder Woman on the call today. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time on Crush Now. If you're watching this, if you haven't joined our Crush group, make sure you go join it. Search Crush Your Fitness Marketing. If you want to find out about our Ninja program, we've got a New Age Online Marketing event coming up. Go to our website, search New Age Online Marketing, and enter the front row, and make sure you bring your tight leotards, really crazy colors, so I can recognize that you're a Sally Wonder Woman fan.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time on Crush Wednesday.
Bye.
Crush.